of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And they will not get a chance to return this one as a touchback. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And then you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
There we go. Not today, baby.
From the gun, Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
With it is Jackson. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 30. Working out of the gun, Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Play fake. Winston on the move to his left. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Winston to Godwin on the connection there for a Tampa Bay first. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Play action now, Winston. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense as that fell harmlessly to the ground. Jameis to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check, Patriot! Patriot!
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still try to throw it, and...
Yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise him and catch him off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. The first carry here for Jaquiz Rodgers. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. On 3rd down, Winston. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence. And here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you could see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby. Come on. But no dice that time.
Here we go.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There's a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. On 3rd down, Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Jackson. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. And it's the Cowboys that have moved down to an early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
And they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He's got Evans. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. A perfectly executed crossing route. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's go now. Hey, let's go, let's go.
2nd down, Winston. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Here's Winston. And Winston lost the football. And the Ravens have got it.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this down only to the 18. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Down, here's Jackson. It's complete, swings it out to his running back, but he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Jameis now on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, Winston. He's going to air one out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens are in for 6. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Winston. Forced out to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Let's go now.
Now they try the right side here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averill picks it, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a handoff looking right. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
4 down. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking left sideline incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On second down, Winston again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Winston. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And the Ravens taking the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Winston now to throw on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And on the ground they go with a running back. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. First down, Winston. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Terrell Suggs in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Off the play fake, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now, a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. And they'll go on the ground. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Andrews. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Winston. And Brake, the tight end's got it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Right side caught by Jackson. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game. And he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders. And Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cameron Brate, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. From Soldier Field, meanwhile, in Chicago, a 3rd quarter score. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got Snead. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Gerald McCoy in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Jackson's got it over the middle. Back now in Baltimore. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, Winston. Finding some room at midfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Jameis to throw it. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Winston. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air again with Winston. Now this is caught by Jackson. And he's got this down to the 35. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ball game now, and he's got a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jameis now on 1st down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means you have to run it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 23. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. And they'll run it here. Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way up to the 46. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the 1st half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Ground game here with the tailback. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Now they try the right side here. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. 31 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, Winston. Flush to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Winston. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got Evans. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st and 10, Winston. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Winston. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Winston. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 18 yards there and a first down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Winston now to throw on first down. He's going to let it, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And they will take a knee here. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Ravens, they're not going to go quietly here as the wind moves them now.
set the standards in the tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm born to it's talking, it's hot, so leave me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now, no reason to look out, it's clear to see. All eyes on me, 400 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy, does it. In public, hated and love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player. You ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice and super duper fly. Used to keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping. See you at the crossroads.
Money over on my head, stop. Here lies them getting paid for never.